Now I'm going to call upon the president of the Veterans for Peace, Chapter 27 up in the Twin Cities. He was probably most instrumental in getting the boat to come to Minnesota. So I want to tell him to tell us a little bit of story about how that came about and maybe his message for nuclear disarmament. Dave Logsdon.
And anybody who knows me, I'm always full of platitudes and gratitudes. Because basically, this just didn't happen. This boat didn't just happen. There was an amazing group of people that made this boat happen, and there's an amazing group of people that keep making it happen. A little bit over a year ago, I was at a conference, a Zoom call with the Golden Rule Planning Committee, and Helen Jacquard had this nice map of the Great Loop and the great plans to maybe do the Great Loop. And I looked at the map and I said, Helen, there's something wrong with this map. It doesn't. Where does Minneapolis-St. Paul come into this Great Loop? And she said, well, normally the Great Loop just goes from up the East Coast down the Great Lakes to St. Louis and then back down to New Orleans, and not too many people actually do the actual go to Minneapolis, St. Paul.
They never do.
They never do. They never do. But I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. You got to come here. Jeez, Helen, come on. So that was the start of the insanity of actually talking Helen into coming here to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And coming and going doing the Great Loop starting from the closer to the headwaters of the Mississippi. So anyway, here we are, and I have to say it's been frightening to think that Helen gets up and says, "Oh yeah, Dave Logsdon talked." I said, Whoa, this thing goes belly up. It's going to be Dave's Folly. It'll be known forever. But anyway, it takes a lot of people to do this, and I was just the fast talker, you know. I'm pretty good at that. So, but there's been so many people that have done wonderful work, hard work. And I just say, like, for example, right here, Bill Haberdick. Let's hear it for Bill Haberdick. And Bill, this is his baby, and he said, let's do this for the with the Golden Rule. It's a perfect timing, and I don't know what he has in or so, but look at his day that he got. Come on, how many times I've tried to plan outdoor events, and it's like raining, wind blowing, gusts, cold weather, and this is just like dialed up the beauty here, and that beautiful tree is like speaking to me, you know. So anyway, it's always dangerous to start thanking people, because if you're the person that doesn't get thanked and you say, what the hell, Dave? What am I, chopped liver here? Come on. How come I worked that hard? So there's a lot of people thanking, but I have to say that it's been emotional for me, because I knew that I had the faith in my fellow members of Vets for Peace. In this chapter, and in Red Wing, and all these Vets for Peace people, that we could get this done. That we can get this boat here, we can get this whole thing done. And we planned 6 events in Stillwater, Hudson, St. Paul, Minneapolis, and we pulled off 6 wonderful events. And then this is the 7th, right? All right, Minnesota. And after this boat is sailing down the river, and we've had a small hand in helping that. But a lot of people like Mary McNellis, who did such an amazing job. Mary, the hand for Mary, and her boy toy, Steve, actually did a lot of work sanding and painting the boat when it was in Hudson. And Mike McDonald, who took off early because he heard I was going to be speaking, damn him. But Mike, he had not only crewed, but he sanded, he painted, he did a lot of things. He did a lot of work, and also hosted that event at the Universalist Church. So it's very, very humbling for me to be up here, and I stand on on the shoulders of all who have gone before, and I know Helen feels exactly the same way I do. And it was a leap of faith, but I've seen Helen work, and I've seen the amount of work she's done, and a lot of fundraising, and she has been the rock that's created this, kept this thing going. And I said, man, I got to work with this gal. She's good. So I just wanted to express my gratitude for all you coming out here, braving this terrible weather. Oh, no, wait. Well, thanks for coming out anyway. I promise not to have a big speech because it's going to get dark, and we want to get Helen up here, right? I want to get Helen up here to debunk everything I just said. Helen.